I don't mean to confuse, but I am led sometimes, so I have to follow my leader in terms of where I place myself in the auditorium. Chair, we continue with the Port Shepstone evidence, and our next witness is available. He'll be led by Advocate Skakani. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lula. Thank you. Mr. Skakani.
Thank you, Chair, and the Commissioners. Please, I may apologize for my voice. It's one of those things. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
All truth, nothing but the truth. If so, please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
Thank you, Colonel. May you please speak up a little bit?
So help me God, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. As I stated, Colonel Sbia was one of the members who was involved within, as my learned senior has said, at the Port Shepstone seizure, and he was
Is CHC depot
yes,
seizure? Yes.
in Ispinga. Yes, he was there at the scene, and we deem it necessary to call for his testimony. And he has provided a statement, as I earlier pointed out, that is in the file 1, and I'd like to start with that file. Thank you. Colonel? Yes. You have that file open? Yes, I do. All right. I think what we will go through is your statement with less interruptions, and then thereafter we will then have probing questions or engagement between myself and the commissioners. And please answer those questions. Noted, Chair. Thank you. Can you then go to that file, page 10, which is your signature. Yes, it is my signature, Chair. Okay, so you own the statement that you prepared on your own? Yes, Chair. Thank you. May you please then start from paragraph 1 of your statement. And
Mr. Skakani, the statement is not dated. What do we do with that?
yeah, that might be the challenge. Do you recall the date when you did the statement?
I submitted my statement. It was on Monday.
Monday, the 1st.
Monday afternoon, the 1st.
Thank you.
Will one copy be signed, or rather dated, please?
We'll do that.
And then the ones we have may then
dated.
be replaced. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll attend to that with yourselves.
Yes,
all
Chair.
right. Can you then go to your paragraph 1?
Yes.
And please read it out loud. Please raise your voice.
Okay, Chair. I am a Lieutenant Colonel in the South African Police Service with PESAL number 705 33318.
Please don't read your PESAL number.
Thank you, Chair. I'm attached to the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, Serious Organized Crime Unit, SANEP in Durban.
Are they, yeah, let them be as close as possible.
Both the mics are on.
I was saying,
Okay.
they should be as close as possible.
Okay, Chair.
And, let's continue.
Okay. I hold a diploma in criminal justice and forensic investigation from the University of Johannesburg, along with a certificate in policing and a national diploma in policing from SJN College. Additionally, I have earned both a national certificate in security management and completed a program in security management through UNISA.
Colonel, what is HJN College?
It's a college It's a college, it's a
is
college.
it a police college?
It's a college, not a police college, it's a college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is it?
They've got here in Centurion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've got offices here in Centurion.
Okay.
And security management, what kind of security is that? Security management, is that for instance, you will find security personnel guarding premises, or what kind of security? Security management, that qualification.
It's security management program.
I'm asking what that entails. What is it about?
It contains various modules in it. Security risk management is one of the modules. Security management is also another module that is there. I've done it in 2015, so it's quite a long time, Commissioner.
Okay.
Yeah, but from UNISA, I did that one in UNISA. It's a NQF7 qualification.
All right, thank you.
All right. In 2005, I began my career with the police as a student constable. I was promoted I was appointed as a constable in 2007. On October 1, 2016, I advanced to the rank of a sergeant, and subsequently on November, I was promoted to warrant officer at the DPCI Financial Investigation Unit. In September 2021, I attained the rank of a captain within the DPCI Serious Organized Crime Investigation, SOCI in Durban. Most recently, December 1, 2024, I was promoted to a lieutenant colonel at DPCI, SOCI. Then, in 2005, I began my career at Mapumulo SAPS in KwaZulu-Natal. Subsequently, in 2008, I was transferred to SAPS OR Tambo International Airport. In 2009, I joined the tactical response team, and in 2011, the entire team was relocated to Gauteng Provincial TRT. That same year, I became part of a DPCI Tactical Operations Management System known as TOMS. In 2012, I joined Johannesburg Organized Crime, followed by a relocation in 2015 to Durban Organized Crime. In 2016, I was promoted to DPCI Financial Investigation. In 2020, both myself and Lieutenant Colonel and I temporarily transferred from financial investigation to organized crime as part of a duty arrangement done by provincial management.
Sorry, can I just disturb you at this point? Apologies. When you said the duty arrangement was done by provincial management, can you just elaborate who at provincial management was involved in that?
Provincial management, it was General Sinona, Brigadier Nyuswa, and Colonel Singh.
And was there any formalities in respect of that transfer?
It is not a transfer per se, it's duty arrangements. Duty arrangements are done regularly in the police.
Okay, thank you.
Just the very last line where you say in 2020, you skipped that name. Did you do so deliberately or was it inadvertent?
Lieutenant Colonel Moodley.
Just read that entire sentence then, please.
All right, Commissioner. In 2020, both Lieutenant Colonel Moodley and I temporarily transferred from financial investigation organized crime as part of a duty arrangement done by provincial management.
Investigation to organized crime. You again skipped the two. Thank you.
Okay.
Please continue. I think you started. Oh, sorry.
Before that, you say you were temporarily transferred from financial investigations to organized crime. And then what happens? You're there for how long, and after that, where do you go?
I was transferred from financial investigation to organized crime. While I was at organized crime, I applied for a post and I was promoted
Okay. And this is the promotion to where now? Where do you go?
to organized crime now.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
This
for
affidavit
complement.
is made in response to the notice issued by the Commission in accordance with Rule 3.5 of its rules dated 15 May 2026. The notice arises from a testimony and statement of General Hendrik Flynn concerning a drug seizure that occurred on the 22nd June 2021 at CSC Depot in Sipingo. I have read the notice and the accompanying extract from Major General Flynn's statement and testimony. I deny the allegation level against me. The affidavit would demonstrate that my involvement in the event of 2022, January 2021.
June.
I'm sorry about that, Commissioner. Can I start afresh? Just start from there. I deny the allegation level against me. This affidavit demonstrates that my involvement in the event of 22 June 2021 was limited and restricted to what I was requested and instructed to do. Any allegation contained in this notice, it is attachments that is not specifically addressed and admitted herein, must be taken as denied. On the 22nd June 2021, Warrant Officer Mpangase requested me to assist him and Lieutenant Colonel Jacob to follow up on information concerning a possible drug bust. At the time, I was attached to DPCI unit focused on economic protected resources. Large-scale drug investigation were not my area of specialization or primary function. We proceeded to Phoenix to...
Sorry, I just want to make sure that I have my timeline correct. So in June 2021, you are in economic, is that in organized crime as well?
Yes, Chair. Organized crime has got three components. It's SANAP, EPR, and NPVC.
Okay. So by that, on 22 June 2020, you already have been promoted into organized crime?
No, not yet. I was not promoted at that point in time. I was only promoted on the 1st of September 2021.
Okay.
So June, I was not yet promoted.
So in June, you are still under that temporary transfer?
Yes.
Is that what's happening?
Yes.
In June. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, maybe let me at this point, just so that we are here. Just to follow up on what Commissioner Baloyi is saying, in terms of your normal duties, what did those include?
My duties, I was an investigator at Economic Protected Resources, which deals with human trafficking, kidnappings, non-ferrous metal, theft of copper, theft of fuel. So those were the things that I was investigating at the time.
And in terms of narcotics, would that have been outside your duties?
Yes. Yes.
And prior to that, had you been involved in things relating to narcotics or operations relating to narcotics?
Yes, I was involved in some operations involved in narcotics.
Thank you. You may proceed.
We proceeded to Phoenix to fetch Lieutenant Colonel Jacobs using a state motor vehicle, VW Golf 7 TDI with registration number. That we then proceeded to Durban, Isipingo, near the harbor. We met an African male who was introduced by Lieutenant Colonel Jacob as Captain Duma from Crime Intelligence Unit. Captain Duma addressed us, Lieutenant Colonel Jacob and Warrant Officer Mpangase, and indicated that he has information from an informer about 27 bricks of pure cocaine stored inside the container at CSC depot. On the 14th Avenue East in prospecting, we followed Captain Duma to the depot. He was driving a charcoal Toyota Corolla. On arrival at the depot, we introduced ourselves and entered at the main gate. We continued following Captain Duma straight down the road. Lieutenant Colonel Jacob went to the management office. After some time, they came back with an Indian lady who was introduced as Mrs. Pillay, the manager of the depot. Lieutenant Colonel Jacob stated the reason of our visit. The container with serial number BEAU 5955535 was placed down for inspection, and the shipping the document were handed over to Lieutenant Colonel Jacobs. The doors of the container were inspected by Lieutenant Colonel Jacob. The seal was intact with seal number that the seal was broken by an employee of the depot in the presence of the management of the depot, DPCI members, Captain Duma of CI, ORS members, and depot security members. When the doors were open, we noticed inside the container black canvas bags with tape placed next to the door and some on top of the white sacks. When these bags were inspected, inside them we were all shocked and surprised by the quantity of drugs found. They contained bricks of suspected cocaine wrapped in black and yellow tape, some written Jaguar and TikTok packages with approximately 1 kilogram per brick. The space was limited for us to work as the machinery was moving up and down. It was also risky for the members and the exhibit due to the number of bystanders who were observing the activities. Lieutenant Colonel Jacobs informed us that we should proceed to Ispingo, SAPS he requested members from ORS Durban Harbour to assist. All the 27 black bags were loaded into the ORS marked vehicle, a Hyundai H1 driven by Sergeant Govender and his crew, Sergeant Kiza. I drove behind the H1 and never lost sight of them to the police station. On arrival at the police station, we parked the vehicles on the parking lot. Warrant Officer Perumal of SAP 13 was called to the parking and he started to offload the bags. All the bags, placed them on the floor. We started placing exhibit on the ground and started counting. The total number of the bricks from the 27 bags was 541 bricks, suspected cocaine. All the exhibit were entered in the Isipingo SAP 13 373 of 2021 by Warrant of Sampangase and booked them out. While at the Isipingo SAPS, as we were busy unpacking and counting, I heard the SAP 13 clerk, Warrant Officer Peruman, talking to Lieutenant Kelly Jacob, stating that they do not have space to store these drugs. Warrant Officer Sampangase requested for the exhibit back from Warrant Officer Peruman. However, Peruman indicated that he did not have any forensic bags. Warrant Officer Sampangase requested that I must go and request for the bags at the church office. I went to request for the bags at the church office. Members indicated that they do not have forensic bags. Lieutenant Colonel Jacobs indicated that he has informed Brigadier Nyuswa about the issue of unavailability of storage at Isipingo SAPS. After some time, Lieutenant Jacob informed us that the exhibit will be kept at Poshepstein Organized Crime Unit, walk-in safe. Members from our office and tracing team were on their way to give backup on the escort. Lieutenant Jacob handed over to Warrant Officer Mpangase and left Isipingo SAPS and to proceed with his vacational leave. The members arrived shortly and Warrant Officer Mpangase briefed them, and the exhibits were loaded in the Hyundai H1 and Nissan X-Trail NPVC vehicles. We departed from Isipingo SAPS and proceeded straight to Poshepstein Organized Crime Unit. On arrival at Poshepstein Organized Crime, we met General Snona, Brigadier Nyuswa, the acting unit commander of Poshepstein, and other members. We offloaded the exhibit from the two vehicles and placed them inside the walk-in safe. The acting unit commander locked the safe, handed over the keys to Warrant Officer Mpangase, who checked the safe door and took the keys. He handed the keys to General Snona at the main entrance. We drove back to Durban with the rest of the team.
Sorry, can I just ask one thing? When you say you met General Sinona and Brigadier Nyuso, just before I forget, were they already at the Poshepstein offices, or you arrived at the same time, or they arrived thereafter?
We arrived at the same time.
At the same time?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
On the 23rd June 2021 in the morning, I was informed by Warrant Officer Mpangase that we needed to go to Poshepstein to place the exhibit inside the forensic bags. We then went to provincial office to collect the keys. We remained in the vehicle since there was no parking, and Warrant Officer Mpangase picked up the keys. We then proceeded straight to Poshepstein with other members from Durban office, SANEP, and tracking team. Upon arrival at organized crime offices, we met with the acting unit commander, Lieutenant Colonel Prinsloo and Warrant Officer van der Berg from Poshepstein Soki. Members from Durban Soki SANEP were also present: Captain B.T. Ntanzi, Captain C.M. Fries, Sergeant Kumete, and members from tracking team. I don't know their names. The exhibit were recounted and sealed in the exhibit bags. We departed to Durban, traveling on the state motor vehicle BSG 056B. It was myself, Detective Warrant Officer Mpangase, and Sergeant Kumete. On the 24th June 2021 in the morning, Warrant Officer Mpangase came to my office and indicated that we needed to go back to Poshepstein to obtain the samples and book the exhibit in the SCP-13. We then left the Durban office to provincial office. We parked on the road with Sergeant Kumete while Warrant Officer Mpangase went up to collect the keys. He came back. We proceeded to Poshepstein DPCI. On arrival, members from the Poshepstein DPCI Soki, Detective Warrant Officer van der Berg, and another member, I don't know his name, were waiting for us at the entrance towards the walk-in safe. The safe was opened by Warrant Officer Mpangase in their presence, and he took the sample from the exhibits, and we went to Poshepstein SAPS with Warrant Officer Mkomo from Poshepstein Organized Crime, or Soki, and the exhibit were entered in the Poshepstein SAPS 13-8H9 of 2021 by Warrant Officer Mpangase, and he also booked them out. We then left and proceeded to Poshepstein DPCI to drop off Warrant Officer Mkomo and proceeded straight to Durban Provincial Office, One officer Mpangase left us in the vehicle and by the road to hand back the safe keys, as there was no parking around the area. I don't remember the date, but Warrant Officer Mpangase handed over to me 5 samples and an inquiry file to hand it over to Lieutenant Colonel Jacob on the following day. On the following day, I handed over the sample and inquiry to Lieutenant Colonel Jacob as requested. On the 1st July 2021, I was requested by Lieutenant Colonel Jacob to go with him and Warrant Officer Mpangase to CSC depot to do an unpack on the container. We proceeded there. We conducted a count of a total of 5,395 bags of 50 kg bags of the main, animal feed. This corresponded with the packing list. The container was resealed. The container was released to the clearing agent by Lieutenant Colonel Jacob. Response to the allegation in the notice. I will now respond directly to the specific allegations as set out in the notice. 80 paragraph 1.1.1, failure to cordon off the crime scene. I deny that I failed to cordon off the crime scene. Paragraph 11 of 3A of National Instruction 1/2015 places the duty to secure and protect the crime scene by establishing an inner and outer cordon squarely on the first responder. 20.1.3, as stated above, I was not the first responder. One of the Mpangase received the initial information, and Lieutenant Colonel Jacob, as the senior officer, assumed command. The responsibility to make the initial scene safe and to establish a cordon thereof rested with them, and subsequently with Lieutenant Colonel Jacob as the crime scene commander. I was acting under their command and was never instructed to perform this function, nor it would have been within my mandate to do so without such an instruction. Paragraph 1.1.2, failure to ensure exhibits were properly sealed and labeled. I dare that I failed to ensure that the exhibits were sealed and labeled. Paragraph 14.3c4 of the National Instruction 1/2015 stipulates that the crime scene supervisor from the Local Criminal Record Center, LCRC, is responsible for ensuring that all the evidence collected is logged and handled correctly, included being sealed at the crime scene where practically possible. Furthermore, SAPS National Instruction 8 of 2017, Property and Exhibit Management, National Instruction 8 2017, at paragraph 14.8 A7 and 9, requires that drugs be sealed in forensic evidence collection bags and that this must be done in the presence of the suspect. The decision not to process the scene at the CHC depot and consequently not to call the LCC was taken by the crime scene commander, Lieutenant Colonel Jacob, due to the circumstances defined above, on the unusual scene at the depot and the risk thereof. Paragraph 1.3, failure to call the Local Criminal Record Center. I deny that I failed to call the RCRC. Paragraph 13.2F of National Instruction 1/2015 is unequivocal. The crime scene commander must take immediate responsibility in requesting that a crime scene examiner from the LCRC attend the crime scene for processing. I was a subordinate officer acting under his command and had no authority to make such a call. Paragraph 1.4, failure to transfer exhibit to the forensic laboratory.
Sorry, 1.1.4, not 1.4.
Thank you, Chair. Paragraph 1.1.4, failure to transfer the exhibit to the forensic laboratory, FSL. I deny this allegation. My involvement with the exhibit non-existent beyond being present at their discovery. The responsibility for the submission of exhibit to the FSL is clearly delineated in the national instruction. Delineated in the national instruction. Paragraph 20.4.2, 15.3F of the national instruction places the duty on the investigating officer, who must ensure submission within 7 working days. Paragraph 20.4.3, similarly, paragraph 8.3 of the National Instruction 8, 2017 places the responsibility of the station commander, SAPS, SAP 13 official, and the detective commander. I held none of their designated roles. My mandate did not extend to the handling, storage, registration in the SAP 13 register, or subsequently transferred of exhibits. Once the exhibits were removed from the scene under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel Jacob, my involvement ceased as I was the additional member in this scene. The chain of custody and responsibility to transfer to the FSL passed to the investigating officer and the commander of the unit where the exhibit was stored. Paragraph 1.2, participation in a scheme to store exhibit in an unsafe storage to make them vulnerable to theft. I dare this serious allegation in the strongest possible term.
Deny.
Sorry,
I thought
Chair?
you said dare or something like that.
I deny.
Deny, yes.
Yes. I deny this serious allegation in the strongest possible term. I was not part of any scheme, nor did I engage in any process designed to make the exhibit vulnerable to theft. My conduct was at all time bona fide, authentic. I was following the lawful instruction of senior. The decision which Major General Flynn retrospectively identified as created vulnerability were not my decision. These include the decision not to process the crime scene at the depot, the decision not to call the RCRC, the decision not to store the exhibit at the police station of jurisdiction, namely Sipingo, and the decision to transport the exhibit to the DPCI premises in Potchefstroom was the senior management decision. The above-mentioned operational decision made solely by the command structure of the scene, namely Lieutenant Colonel Jacob and Warren Sampangas. I can confirm that I was present on this scene and give the overwhelming and significant scope of the seizure and the complexity circumstances at the CSC depot. I would have processed the crime scene in the comparable manner. My actions were limited, transparent, consistent with the duties of the subordinate officer, mainly providing support and manpower. There is no factual basis to suggest I was a party to the design or coincided that Major General Flynn alleges. I wish to inform the Commission of my strong commitment to policing. Having served diligently in the force for the past 2 decades with pride, I categorically state that I was not involved in the theft of these exhibits. Additionally, at the time of the incident, I was attending training at SAPS PAL Academy in Western Cape. The course commenced on the 17th October 2021 to the 3rd of December. During this duration of training, I only traveled once to Durban, KZN on the 29th October 2021 till the 2nd November 2021. See attached annexures KG1, KG2, the flight ticket to and from, the certificate of successful completion of the said training. It It is my sincere hope that those responsible for these serious offences are apprehended and brought before a court of law.
May I just seek clarity on paragraph 4, please, Colonel?
Yes, paragraph.
Yes. Where you say that you and Colonel Moody were temporarily transferred from the financial investigation to organized crime. Why was that done?
Commissioner, even before 2020, I think if in 2019, when Colonel Moodley was in charge of financial investigation, I was experiencing difficulties. When I spent long hours in the computer, I would have severe headache. I made a request to Colonel Moodley, who was still the commander then. He also advised that I should try and get spectacles, maybe they might assist me, of which I did, but still I could not get assisted because every evening when I spent considerable amount of time in the computer, because financial investigation, it deals a lot with bank statement analysis. Then the post at financial investigation was upgraded. Then Colonel Singh came in as a full colonel now. I requested Colonel Singh. She then said to me she will speak to the management and try to place me at assets forfeiture investigation. In 2020, we were called by Colonel Singh, myself, Colonel Moodley. We proceeded, all the three of us went to provincial office. On arrival at provincial office, we met Brigadier Nyuswa, General Snona. Then we were informed that myself and Colonel Moodley, we are transferred to organized crime at number 136. But Colonel Moodley will go to SANAP section, then I'll go to EPR.
And you say this was temporary. What was the duration?
We were not given a specific time as to how long is the duration that will be there. A duty arrangement, normally they don't give you a duration. They will call you when they want you back. So they just explain to you if you are interested in, they want you to go and work in that section. Then if you don't have a problem, then you'll go and work there.
I'm not asking about being told.
All right.
In the end, what was the duration?
For me, I think it was when I was was told up until I was promoted. When I was promoted, then I had to take up my post at organized crime, but at a different section, not EPR, at SANAP section.
And how long had all of this taken from the time you were told? Up to the time of your promotion, how long had it taken from the time you were told?
I'm not too sure, Commissioner, but I was informed in 2020. I can't recall exactly as to which month.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Up until September 1st when I was promoted.
All right.
Can you just clarify something that you said? You said something about before EPR you were at SANEP. Can you just explain when do you become part of SANEP?
I didn't say before EPR I was at SANAP.
I might have misheard you.
Yeah.
My question is, when did you become a member
SANAP
of
member.
SANEP? Yes.
I was promoted to SANAP in September, 1st of September. I was promoted to SANAP, 2021.
Okay. Before you were promoted to SANEP,
Yes,
you were acting, you were in that temporary transfer
yes,
before you were promoted to SANEP.
yes.
And where were you in that period when you are in temporary placement?
Economic Protected Resources.
That's where you were?
Yeah, in
Okay.
the same office at organized crime.
Okay, thank you.
Colonel, let's go back to my focus is paragraph 19 of your statement, but I want to start at paragraph 18 just to clarify the sequence.
Yes,
Maybe let's start at 17. You see, at paragraph 17 is the 24th of June
yes,
in the morning. Mpangase comes to your office, says you have to go to Port Shepstone to get the samples. And then paragraph 18, you deal with you arriving at Port Shepstone to get the samples. The samples were obtained. And then when we get to paragraph 19, which is really the focus of my question, you can leave out the first sentence, but it's about handing over the 5 samples or the 5 exhibits to Colonel Jacob. And that has to be done the following day. I'm assuming the following day is now the 25th of June?
no. These are totally different instances. It cannot be the 25th of June. It was after we went to Port Shepstone,
Yes.
and then I think it was maybe before the first.
Before the first.
Before the first. It's between the first and the 24th.
So between the 24th and the date before the first, where were these samples, the 5 samples or the 5 exhibits?
The 5 samples were with the investigating officer, Sampangas.
In Durban.
Yes, in Durban.
And then on the first, you say you then gave the samples to Colonel Jacob.
Not on the first, Commissioner. I'm not too sure of the date, but it should be, I'm saying between the 1st and the 26th,
Yes.
because it was not on the 25th and 26th, it was a weekend.
Yeah.
Between the 26th and the 1st.
So when you gave the samples to Colonel Jacobs, was it already in July? Was it already in July? Or was it still in June?
It was still in June.
And
It was before we went for an inspection of the container.
before you went, because the
Yeah,
inspection, we
yeah,
know it was in July.
Yeah.
I just wanted to understand, where was Colonel Jacob? Was he back from leave, or did you go to his house to give him these samples?
No. Warrant Officer Mpangase came to my office.
Yes.
It was late in the afternoon. He says to me, tomorrow he won't be in the office in the morning. So he wants me to hand over these 5 samples and an inquiry to Kenneth Jacob. Then I took possession of the sample and the inquiry, put them in my steel cabinet. The following day, when we reported for duty, Kenneth Jacob was present.
Oh, so this all happens in the office?
Yeah, in the
Okay.
office. Then the following day, I handed over the inquiry and the samples.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify the timeline because you moved from the 24th, then you said the following day. So I got confused there.
I said that I don't remember the date.
Yeah, no, that now I understand you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I just want to start maybe at the end so that it's paragraph 20.4 of your statement.
Yes.
At page 8.
Yes.
You say that your involvement with the exhibit was non-existent beyond being present at their discovery.
Yes.
And that would have been the 22nd.
20.4, you said, Mr.
20.4, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So, can you just speak louder? That's what Maleta said. Can you raise your voice?
Okay.
Into the mic. I don't know if you can pull them closer.
Okay.
Yes,
Please repeat your question, Chair.
So, at 20.4 of your statement, you say basically a second sentence, my involvement with the exhibits was non-existent beyond being present at their discovery. And that would have been the 22nd of June.
No, I think maybe I made an error there, Chair, because I also handled the exhibit on the 23rd and the 24th. I handled the exhibit. So I think we need to amend there to say the exhibit, I handled them on the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th.
Thank you. Yeah, that was confusing me a bit.
Or the sentence could simply be deleted altogether. Do you lose anything if that sentence is deleted?
No, let's delete it, Chair. We can delete it.
So I just...
Sorry, Mr. Skakani, we're still trying to understand what that deletion means. Thank you, Mrs.
Please continue,
Okay.
Mr. Skakan.
I just wanted to check with the confusion that might be. When would you say was the last time you interacted with the exhibits or you handled the exhibits?
Chair, it will be on the 24th when Warrant Officer Mpangase was taking sample from the exhibit. I was inside the scene.
Thank you. Perhaps that could assist with the clarity. The next thing before we go back is your 20.7.
Yes.
That's page 9. You say your conduct was at all times bona fide and authentic, and you say I was following the lawful instructions of senior. Now, and then you go on to say the decision not to process the scene and the decision not to call LCRC, and it goes on further. Now, would you say that those decisions were lawful? Would you maintain that the conduct of Warrant Officer Mpangas and Jacob in relation to the scene were in accordance with the national instruction?
They were not according to the national instruction.
And would it be that their instructions to you, perhaps, would it then still be lawful?
They never instructed me not to call LCRC, or he just made a decision not to call the LCRC.
No, I'm saying, you saying you were following the lawful instructions of a senior in relation to the senior. Is it unrelated to the subparagraph 20.7.1 up to 20.7.4?
Do you want to stick to lawful? Do you want to stick to lawful?
I'm talking about the decision or the instruction that were given to me. Everything I did was as per instruction. Firstly was to take photos, to load the exhibit in the car, to drive to SPING or SAPS, to count the exhibit, and the exhibit were not entered by me at the SCP-13, they were entered by the investigating officer.
I think, as I understand it, the operative word in Mr. Skakane's question is lawful. I was following the lawful instructions of my senior. So I think he wants to know whether you insist that all the instructions that you followed were lawful. Do you want to stick to lawful? I think that's the essence of the question, Mr. Skakan.
Yes, that's all.
At that point in time, Chair, they were lawful. that point in time.
All right. Mrs. Kakan.
And would you maintain that, in hindsight, would you still be of the same view?
With the experience that I have now, being the team leader of SANAP, I would say maybe some of the decision I would have done differently.
And I'm saying the instructions and what happened was, would you say now with benefit of hindsight, and I mean you've quoted national instruction, and I don't want us to go there and have a debate about that, would you say that those decisions that were taken and the instructions were lawful, that were done by Colonel Jacob and Warrant Officer Mpangas?
No.
Thank you. Can we just go to the beginning of your statement? And I don't want to belabor the point with you that much. But what your statement, the picture that it seems to give is that your involvement, or at least according to you, was minimal.
It was very minimal because I had two seasoned SANAP investigators who were handling everything. So for me, it was just to follow orders and assist in terms of whatever request they are making for me to assist them.
And when you say, is it minimal in comparison to the two of them?